Hey everyone, Sunrai Kai here. Today I'm going to be watching the second episode of the second season of Kanojo mo Kanojo. And yes, obviously we're back with the series in the second season. And we have Shino. She obviously learned the truth last season. And this season she's really taking action, right? Giving lectures, but she also did some positive things like helping us study for the test because we got to get through that obstacle so we can fully enjoy the summer vacation, which seems to be a big theme of the season in general. I say because the cover art for this season on my anime list is literally the girls in swimsuits. So yeah, definitely has a summer feel to it. And at the very least, this episode should focus on summer because I think the title for this episode said something about summer break, but so we have that going on. Also, I think she lives with them now. I think that was a thing. But I do definitely remember that Rika decided to move in next door. She had a bit of a Emoto-based conquering strategy that did not pan out in the end. But I enjoyed watching it. Definitely enjoy the reactions between sisters there. But yeah, this episode should be fun. So let's jump on in and see how things go. As always, if you enjoy the video, please click the like button and support the channel as best you can. And 3, 2, 1, play. Okay, looks like we have a bit of recapping. That's your job, man. You literally have that one job. Make them both happy. How could I ever forget you? I guess I mean, now you might, but I never will. Yeah, we did decide that, yeah. You know, if you want him to stop 2 timing, you just join in, and it's 3 timing, so you can kind of loophole your way through it there. You know, lawyer your way through it. There's Saki looking good first thing in the morning. Okay, don't be stripping her. Masterpiece lyrics we have here. I have missed these characters so much. Especially Rika. Yeah, one of the parts of last episode that still sticks with me the most is just when Shino asks Saki, what's in it for? What is this agreement in for you? Like, what do you get out of it or whatever? And her answer was, basically, Nagisa's cooking. I like the line because I thought of so many alternative things she could have said in her head in that scene. Like, well, Nagisa's really good with her tongue, I could just think of so many alternative lines she could have said there. Definitely gonna have a summer festival. So this is my first recording in the morning. Take me a minute to get my words working. Not to be outdone, Rika puts out both her hands. All wrapped in a neat little bow. That's a good reason. She should walk around topless. Imagine Shino's reaction if she walked in on that. That's a fair question. They are quite different, but it's not an uncommon thing in anime. Mostly because it's just entertaining. Okay. That was Saki's voice, yeah. Is she scared of the hair color? Oh. So she's just always been that way. Yeah, that's quite the start of a relationship. Yeah, probably not the nicest thing to say to somebody upon your first meeting with them. Kiryu Shino, number 1. I'm kind of a big deal. It is. I'm also good at sports and everything else, because I'm literal perfection. This show. This girl. Probably, if that's your one weakness, I could see it bothering you. Yeah, he knew Doshi. If there was ever a reason for two people to become friends, there you go. I wouldn't say that. She's not great at making friends, is she? Saki's just like, what is this woman saying? Like, can we just go hang out now? Yeah, you just don't confuse the poor girl. Just have fun. Saki is the best. Shio. Man, she is prepared. Nope. I mean, you can't say no now. You'll feel too guilty. Saki's my spirit animal. That's how you rope a girl into hanging out with you right there. I'm taking notes. Why isn't this the ship of the show? Saki. That sounds like that is a great story. I love that. Yeah, like I get it. No need to explain to me. Yes. She's always had those beautiful purple eyes. You get to sleep with Saki in the same bed. I'm sure you won't mind. I know she won't. I just ask you keep the scissoring down, the volume a little bit low so we can all sleep. Other than that, you know, you're good. Okay, we're not done with story time yet. Oh, we're about to have trouble. Oh no, okay. We're having this. Gotcha. You could just say no. It's like that meme, the worst you can say is no. It's actually one of my favorite memes. He's nothing if not honest. Even people that hate him can probably at least acknowledge that much. Yeah, I knew more physical abuse was coming. But that's the woman he wants, so... I'm not sure we're going the right direction. He's not wrong, but, you know. Are you gonna give him some tips? You know, maybe bring flowers or something? I don't know. What do girls like? I mean, there's gotta be. You're just too straightforward, man. Make her come to me. I gotcha. You know, play hard to get, be aloof. He's not a flexible man. I'm sure it would. Anyone would be lucky to have her. You know, if you can handle the physical abuse. But that's not a deal breaker. If the girl's cute enough. Surprised the two time it didn't start earlier. Good bow. She can almost lick herself like that. Oh, a present. That could get her affection. Let's bribe her. Let's try, like, 7. It's amazing this man ever got a girlfriend. Let alone 2. Buy her a video game. Buy her a Bishoujo game. As she averts her eyes. You know, I wasn't expecting to get flashbacks of the 2 of them hanging out. That's interesting. Oh, that's cute. Sounds good. Okay. We are playing Dress Up with Shino. Yeah, the arm grabbing pose really makes it. That's what we've been asking ourselves. Oh my. That'd be the best time to come out, half dressed, but it's quite the timing. Are we gonna pull him in there while she's partially naked? That'll be great. Still not as bad as what happens later between them, you know. But it's gotta be a little bit awkward, a little bit embarrassing. The good news is he's not facing her, so she can't, like, feel anything poking her. Now, of course, if Saki does find them, that'll be fun to explain. Thank you for that. I mean, sorry, what were you saying? Well, he turned around, and turned her around. And there's a mirror there, so we can still see the best part. Yeah, she may deny it, but it's definitely true. This is why your girlfriend can't at number 4. See, I told you the mirror shows it. And of course, you can just see that part normally. Well, that's one way for Saki to find us. Thank God. That could have been awkward. Oh. Is it a bra? A bow? Okay. I mean, that's fine. I don't know what I was expecting. Oh, okay. I did not expect her to say that. You know, that's a struggle. No matter how great a girl is, there's always a bunch of other girls that might be great too. Yeah, but unless you get 2 girlfriends, in which case she's out. Do you? I don't think I've ever met any of your other friends. But I do. Oh, that's not why I thought it zoomed in there for a second. No, never mind. You're gonna go for the kiss while he's asleep and vulnerable? I hear that Doki Doki, so no lying to me. I love what you're thinking. Shino, don't do it. You're supposed to be the moral one of the group. Well, that might be worse than walking in on them in the changing room. Try talking your way to this one. It's like he had an eyelash stuck on him. I was trying to, get it like a loose eyelash on his lips. I was trying to help. This show really is too mean to poor Rika. Although she's an idiot, so she might misinterpret it. Let's hear that excuse. That's not too far off of what I said. Yeah, that would be ridiculous. Well, why would she ever do that? Gotta catch that Rika stream. If there's time after Risa's stream, I bet you are. And don't mind me if you hear any strange sounds coming from inside. So it was a Risa's stream. It's a good question. That is definitely worse. Yeah, how would you possibly face Saki after that? We're gonna walk out and he'll be right there. Well, I mean, it's probably nothing he hasn't seen before, but that's what I was thinking about. In my own home. You're too serious, man. But you gotta ask with social media things. Their opinions are the ones that matter. And here we go. Saki, you're gonna walk in on some more nose hair pulling. Man, if he was naked too, that would definitely be cheating. Leave it at that. Yeah, thank goodness. That is definitely a... Man, this is the same day, too. Like, even Zack... The callback. Man, he saw everything there. Jeez. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you're expecting, but I think he's seen more of her than he has his actual girlfriends at this point. You know what? She's probably right. I don't think you can ever truly be ready for what you do in this show. No, that's crazy, Saki. You will never be better than Brisa, I'm afraid, but do your best. Now, if only we can get through dinner without you kissing or stripping. Do you have anything against welcome parties? We're just trying to be nice. Think of it as a reward for showing me what you showed me. How many times can you use Taisetsu in one sentence? Jeez. That is our goal. You will come around. Okay? Okay. The food's getting cold. There's literally pizza there. You can't say no to that. Yeah, don't be mean. if there's one thing we know about Shino, it's easy to guilt her into doing things. The food is not the one at fault. The food is a good boy. And delicious. I mean, that's what got Saki to agree to the two-timing, right? So it should work on Shino too. Yeah, good thing we didn't waste his food. I guess it can't be cheap to take care of 3 girls. Enrique really has no screen time this episode. It's not cool. Even though you hate me. I love how much love we just have in this show. It's a welcome party, not supposed to... You want veggies? I'll give you veggies. That's what people keep saying. Okay. I had to think about that. Yeah, I think she knew. I mean... There we go. Making things clear. Can we eat our food now? No. One step forward, 2 steps back. I love this show. It's a shame it's a shame the show is not more popular. It's just I really do have fun with it. Welcome, Shino-chan. Irashai, Shino-san. I think it said Sean, I meant son. It's so sad that she's the only one that's left out. Like, even the girl that showed up late gets to live with him. Every time I see her push that down like that. Yeah, seriously, the those outfits are so good. I like how the number of likes just keep going up. Number of skis. Looks like we're having a festival next episode. Good luck. Capito. Yeah, I might start skipping these. They're a little just slightly more spoilery than I would like. Like, nothing too bad. Especially here, because I already knew we were going to have a festival episode. But anyway. That was the second episode of the second season of Kanojo Mo Kanojo. A lot of fun to be had for sure. Shino is continuing to be kind of the center of things, probably even more so this episode than the previous one, because we actually went full-blown backstory, full-blown flashback to showcase Shino and Saki, because they brought up the oh so important question, like, you two are pretty different from each other. Why are you friends, right? And I gave my perspective on that in the episode itself, but there is the added layer of opposites attract, you know, I definitely have heard that a lot, and, you know, I don't know how true that actually is. I mean, in my general experience, generally people like gravitate towards people who are clones of themselves, right? Social media and echo chambers are definitely making that even more common, you know, right? Because, you know, it's like, hey, I'm a big fan of current presidents. Hey, there's a Discord server of fans of current president. I'm going to go on there, talk to people that tell me how horrible the previous president was, and I'll say, yeah, that previous president was the worst, so the mainstream media told me so, you know, like, that's kind of how things are nowadays, especially. So, yeah, I usually associate opposites hanging out with each other mostly with, you know, fiction. It seems where it is a bit more prevalent, but yeah, I definitely do enjoy seeing Saki and Shino interact with each other. Shino definitely was not the cat, was not the, what's the word I'm looking for? The friendship did not come from her as the creator. There's a better word for this, but basically Saki took the initiative to make the friendship happen, despite Shino not wanting it to happen. She gave this whole spiel, you know, about, you know, not being friends or whatever. That you could tell just the look on Saki's face. It was just all going over her head. She did not care for any of that nonsense. She just wants to hang out, dude. Like, don't overcomplicate it. Don't act all pretentious. We just take this game console and play with me. You know, we're Hinyu Doshi. You can't deny me. But she even brought her a game console. That was so nice of her. I would love to be friends with somebody that would just bring me a game console to play with. You know. But people like that, it's a bit hard to find friends like that, you know. But yeah, not too long after that, we started to see, the start of Naoya trying to make the romantic relationship with Saki happen. And it eventually did, you know. We had some close calls, but Shino helped out as best she could when shopping with him and everything. And that was the first time she gave Naoya a bit of a glimpse at her underneath her outerwear. You know, she didn't get to see too much there. You know, nothing compared to what he sees in, you know, current timeline. Right, that was just a small glimpse of what he would get in the future. But luckily, yeah, Saki did not find them. That's certainly a good thing. But yeah, I'd say Shino definitely played an important part in making that relationship happen. It's hard to say for sure how things would have went otherwise, but all we know is that she did play a part and things worked out. So yeah, and it very much seems like that was the start of Shino liking him as well. But obviously, she knows that she doesn't want to get in the way of the relationship between Naoya and Saki, so obviously she never really made any real attempts there. At least not until she almost kissed him, you know, after moving in with him. Up until that point, she didn't make any real advance towards him. But she was able to play it off, luckily, as, like, getting nose hairs or something. As, right after that, they reminded us that Rika gets no screen time because the show hates her. But maybe next episode. I mean, definitely next episode because I saw the preview. But yes, thankfully Saki is an idiot. But you know, you can only fool her for so long. When he actually does put it in, there's no talking your way out of that one. You know, there just isn't. But yeah, speaking of, he once again saw her completely naked, right? I mean, it's in his home, so really, I don't think you could get in trouble for that. I mean, you never know, really, with the legal system. But most likely, you wouldn't get in trouble. given all the circumstances of this, all the context of this circumstance, probably would not get in any legal trouble, even if somebody tried to report it. But it doesn't really matter because, like she said, the victim doesn't want to pursue, doesn't want to go that direction, and that is what matters, all jokes aside. And once again, lands on top of him, and it felt so nostalgic when when Sagisaki made the line about it being put in again, or however she phrased it, because I don't remember the exact scene where that was mentioned before, but I do remember it existing. I do remember it being funny, so I'm glad that kind of came back. But man, it must be quite the experience just to have a completely naked, beautiful girl just accidentally fall on top of you. Like, because I've never had that happen to me, I'll be honest, but it sounds like a good thing. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, of course, things got even better when she tried to get off of him, right? Because, yeah, it was right. We obviously couldn't see anything because of the big old beam of light. But you can imagine that Naoya saw just everything right there, right? At a fairly close range. So, you know, living the good life right there. Naoya is just adding more and more women into his household, and he just keeps just reaping the benefit of that. Obviously, it's stretching the budget a little bit more and more each time, but I'd say it's worth it, right? I mean, no one said a harem was free, right? Obviously, it's going to cost a pretty penny, but hashtag worth it, so. But yeah, speaking of, we had our wonderful welcome party, which Shino was initially kind of rejecting because, you know, from her perspective, she's not here under happy circumstances, right? She doesn't want to be like a part of the system, right? She's not trying to be integrated into the household of debauchery. She's trying to be like the police officer, the authority figure that walks in to get things back to normal, to stop this system from existing rather than being incorporated into it. Those are pretty much polar opposites. And the welcome party kind of gives the impression of the former, right? Like just being welcomed into the fold, becoming another member of this two-timing household, right? Which, you know, I guess it'd be a three-timing household at that point. Especially because we did have an almost kiss and some naked shenanigans. So yeah, this, especially because it's happened after all of that, probably even more so in her head. She's like, they're trying to get me into the system. Because she's in love with Naoya, right? So she already knows how high those chances are of potentially falling into that. So anything that would help that along, she just kind of has to put her foot down and fight against it. But you can't fight against this wonderful cooking, right? This was expensive. They made it with you in mind. You can't be mean like that. Because she is nice despite how many times she rejects the notion. But I did enjoy getting some real perspective from Nagisa, right? Because obviously she's always had a rough position early on in Season 1. She worked really hard, made some sacrifices to have any chance at all to get with Naoya. And she also has the Saki thing. You know, already having a girlfriend makes it a little bit more difficult to get in a relationship with someone. But, you know, we wiggled around a bit and made things happen and agreed to the two-timing situation. So just in general, Nagisa has to always feel like she's a third wheel. She's a nuisance, right? Like, in her head, she's got to really feel that, even though she's willing to push it to the side because she loves him. You know, that's always got to be kind of like scratching at the back of her mind as something that's like a unpleasant feeling, right? But so it's good that we're able to kind of talk about that in this episode and get that all out. Because despite how she may feel, she's not going to back down because of how she feels, you know. So that was all good to get. But yeah, once again, Shino declaring that she hates Nagisa. So that's how we end off the episode. But yeah, that's about all I have to say. Just really good stuff. I continue to enjoy the show a lot. Like I said, it really deserves to be more popular than it is. It checks so many check marks for me as far as enjoyability goes. You have a very fun, cute, entertaining cast of characters that have a great dynamic with each other. They bounce off each other well. Much comedy and fun to be had. There's nothing to not like about this show, I guess, unless the two-timing triggers you or something. But it's a very fun show. I thoroughly enjoy it. You know, it's sad that it's not more popular, but I'm doing my part. That's all I can say. So yeah, thank you for watching, and hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.